Hi guys, hope you're enjoying the little series. We're carrying on with it today. Right, we're up to 10, so now we're going up to 11.
Yeah.
Part 11. Now this one, I'm gonna sort of jump back one really, because something I forgot about doing was end grain hollowing. Okay, so I'm just going to do again out of these little bits of pine. Okay, we're not wasting no wood, and I'm using small pieces of wood because I want to make these quick. Okay, so people don't get bored watching it. Yeah, I don't want an hour and a half video of everything. So I'm doing little pieces so they're nice and quick. It's just to get you the idea of the cuts. Okay, so by the end of this, which there's only a couple more videos to this, you're going to be able to do everything. Okay, right, so we're going to do a little pot. This is all about getting the nice finish there and also here, because the benefit of doing an end grain one is if you was using traditional tools, you could be using a skew on the outside to get a beautiful finish. Well, we can do that with our square carbide. Okay, and that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to very quickly find something. So just use your pine. If you can get that good finish on this wood, bits of pine, then you're going to doddle on other wood. You really are.
Someone did ask about redwood, whether they could use it. Was it redwood?
Redwood, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
A lot
similar...
of it. See, we don't. It's not always pine that you're getting
available,
here.
yeah.
You know, it's what's available. And a lot of it is redwood, or you'll have. Oh, like I said, you'll have. A lot of it is spruce, so be careful with the spruce. The spruce is horrible. This is a very old piece of wood. This is, I don't know, I bought it from the shop down there. So this is sort of old bit of pine. So I'm using that. Right. You've lost me now because you started speaking, see, and I've lost my script now. I've gone off.
You've gone off piste.
Right, okay, also something else I want to do. I'm not doing this pot this big. It's only going to be small. We only want small little projects, but I'm keeping an extra bit because I was asked a question by Paul Treefella. He comes through on YouTube as Paul Treefella about parting off. He said about the parting. He asked about the parting tool and then sort of said, well, that's going to cost extra for another tool and stuff like that. I say you can do it with the free. So I'm going to show how you can actually part off if you haven't got a parting tool and you want to use your Type 3 set. As I said, you can do everything with it, absolutely everything. But you are going to have to sacrifice, obviously, some wood to be able to do it. So, you know, there's a bit of give and take on everything, you know, if you're going to use that. And we can do it with a 40mm square, the detail. You can do it with a round if you want as well. There are ways of doing it. And I will do that. But if you saw the other video I put up before this, the parting tool ones, literally guys, for pennies you can go and buy an old carving knife and make a thing. But what I must stress, when you do, if you do buy one of these, you make sure you get one of these old ones where the metal goes right the way down into the handle like that. You do not want one of these cheap plastic ones where it's just popped in on a little 1-inch little piece there, you know. So that won't be no good to you. Something like that, perfect. Okay, and that would do you forever. In all honesty, you could just get away with using that. Right. Okay, let's go. I'm going to put my coffee up here. And with this, as I said, now, if you want to use your round to rough this down, use your round. I'm going to use the square. Lisa's going to come around here because I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. Okay, we're going to be using this, our square chisel, just from the Type 3 set, same one. Cutters haven't been changed, they're still the same cutters, everything. These cutters actually have been on here since I started doing the whole of my video, like 2 years. I've still not changed them. Right, okay, so I'm going to start that up. I'm going to stand over here, okay. I'm not going to go on about speed. You know the speed I'm turning it. It's there. Oh look, that's actually a bit faster than... I must have knocked it up a little bit. Right, normally up a little bit. Right, this is normally where I'd be. 2507, 2508, something like that. I do most of mine, right now, I'm not going to push in on this one. This is how I'm going to be turning on this one. Okay? Because we're going to be doing some skew cuts. Okay, we're round, nicely round. Now we're doing it like that because we want to keep this really nice and clean, okay? So we're coming in and we're going to bring this down. Right, now, a lot of time they'll tell you with a skew, you'll go that way and you'll go this way because you can't get bevel support from the end. Another myth, okay? Just come in with your cutting here, pick up on the corner. As soon as you start to cut, the bevel comes in contact. And I will show it on another video that is exactly the same with a skew chisel, okay? So if you learn to do this with your carbide, this will set you up for using a skew. All we do is we come in, we pick it up with the right corner there. Now we've got bevel. Now our bevel's in contact now. Once we're in, we've got our bevel. Right, now we're going to stop at that for a minute. Move our tool rest in. Right, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to work out, I want to have my, because this is where the parting tool bit will come in. Okay, so I don't want all that for my pot. I want to come in about there. So I'm not going to be wanting this bit. Actually, I don't even want all that. I think I'm going to be about there. Okay, right, so if I'm going to part with the square, come in and just wiggle it like that. Just wiggle it like so. Okay, as soon as you wiggle it, look, I've created a gap. Look, I've got a gap there. Okay, so it's not going to bind up, just that, and I've gone in. Now the only difference if you're parting with this is you're going to get a bigger piece of wood go, but you can still part off. You just have to allow that bit extra. If you was going to do it with the detail, okay, let's say we'll do it on this bit here, it would be the same. Just come in and just give yourself a little bit of room, because you don't want the cutter to bind up, okay? And you'll just work your way down and part off, and that's all you've got to do. It's simple. Right, okay, now get back to doing our bit of our end grain pot, okay? So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start bringing this round because I want to get some shape. So exactly the same as you do with a skew. Right, one thing I've got to do, I want to put a foot on here, so I'm going to come in like that, okay, so straight in there, and then I'm going to come in there, okay, I put my foot, I can hold that in my chuck. Right, now I'm going to just finish off, coming round, just the same as you would with a skew, just pick up the bevel, come round, like so. Okay, right, I've got very little bit there. Now again, let's tell you can't come on the end because you haven't got bevel support, and with a skew, yes you can. All you got to do is come in with that corner, there's the bevel's on. And there you go. What you've got to remember, I've got a little mark there. What you've got to remember is when you're coming round on something like this, as it tapers in here, when you come round, as you're following it, you must raise your handle to stay in contact, okay? Right, now that's going to be my little pot. So I'm going to finish off parting this, okay? So Lisa's going to come round a bit more. Right, so as you can see, we go in, we don't want it to bind up. Don't just push in. Just come in and do that. Just wiggle. Right, now I've got it down to there. I'm going to take a little bit away of this because this is the waste. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to little cut in there. Right, now, don't go completely off because we're between centres. If that was in a chuck, I could have carried on and taken it right off. Now, you can come in and use a saw. First off, there's that finish, guys. This is pine again, okay? There's that finish. I mean, that is as smooth as anything, all right? Now, all we need to do is go like that, and look, all we need to do, you got it? You got me?
Yeah, got ya.
All we need to do is that, and it's off. So it's parted. So that's how you can part off with your square. But you are going to lose a bit more wood, but then if you're not going to get a parting tool, you've got to sacrifice something, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's a simple, mind that bit of wood, it's just falling right behind the foot.
Okay.
Right, okay, you can go back round that side now because I'm going to be doing some hollowing. And this is the more the bit. So we've got two different things. Let me take this off so I'm not shouting. We've got two different things here. So we're using our square chisel like a skew, okay? And as I said, I haven't used, because I haven't sanded it, I haven't done nothing, guys. This is the finish, okay? That's on that pine, all right? We've got that finish. We'll rub it with a little bit of sandpaper, we'll tickle it, but when we've done the other bit. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to pop that in a chuck. And then the hollowing bit, that's different as well, how we approach that. Okay, and we're using pine. Believe me, if you was using a piece of yew or one of these nice pieces of wood, nice bit of beech or something, the finish will be far superior. It'd be lovely. Okay, because it's a nice wood. So if you can do it with pine, you'll be able to do it with the hardwoods. It really sets you up because you know you learn to do this. It sets you up for the other woods. Right, so I'll pop that in my little chuck here. I need a little chuck. It's nothing big, it's not a big piece, it's just a little pot. I don't do big bowls with end grain because it's not the best. If you come thin on the bottom, it's just end grain, so they can be quite weak. And I don't think end grain bowls are very nice. Right, I've tightened that up nicely. We can pinch down on it nicely because we've got end grain. Right, it's not wobbling, that's not dead level. I will take a little pass just to clean that up first and level it off. Right, now a lot of end grain hollowing is, that's going to be a bit low I think. For end grain hollowing, normally what I would recommend, like on a tiny little bit low. Now if I just put that there and rest it and I turn my handle, it will go that way, okay? If you put it on center, turn that, it will automatically go that way. That means you'll be low center. If it was above center, it would go that way, okay? When you're on center, it will stay in the middle and it won't move. So just in case there, see? When it's on center, I can spin it, it won't move. There you go. That's just a good way to know that you are dead center. Other than looking at it. Right, okay. Let's get this started. Now, as I say, with end grain, I would, if anyone's asked, recommend using the little 6mm, okay? The little 6mm hollower. For end grain, it is a fantastic tool, okay? It will move it really fast, and no matter how hard, the hardest of hardwoods, this is the baby for it. This will eat through anything, I tell you. I think you could do concrete with this thing. It is amazing. Right, but it's good, but so many people do it and they will come up the side like this and using here, and you're just scraping. You've got to get on the tip if you're going to get a nice finish. But we're not using that today because we're staying with the Type 3 set, and I'm going to show you how we do it and we get a lovely finish with our Type 3 set. And we hollow this end grain. Now I've always said it, a bowl, you go that way, every cut that way. You should never for any reason have to come this way, okay, when you're doing a bowl. When you're doing end grain, make your cuts come this way, okay? You can get an odd cut that way, but it's not the best because all your fibres are coming here, and what you're doing is you're pushing them out, okay? You want to come this way. But when you're doing a normal bowl, this way. You should not, for any reason, should you have to come the other way. If you're doing a cove on a spindle, you would not go from the middle out. You always go from the side in, okay? From the outside in. A normal bowl is no different. It is just a spindle that's turned that way. So why the hell do you want to go from the middle out? It's just not right, okay? Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's against the law.
The laws of Woodturning.
The new sheriff in town. Right, okay guys, let's get on to this. Right, so I'm not drilling no holes. We're just going to go in, and what we're going to do, we're going to start moving. Just a little bit flat. Now we're going to roll it. And we're going to start by dropping our handle now. And this is all we have to do is drop the handle. Coming on centre, and all I'm doing is dropping the handle. Okay, this is end grain. We want to come outwards. Now you don't have to worry when you're dropping the handle about if this cutter's going that side, because it can't cut. Look, if it touches it, all the wood on this, even when you're there, look, all the wood there is going that way, so it won't bother you. Okay, it's only when it comes onto this side. Right, we're going to get down there, get a bit of a depth. Right, let's have a little feel. Yep, that's not doing too bad. Nice and thin there. Right, we've got a little bit more to come out the bottom. Okay, so we're all right. We can go a little bit deeper, but we've got a little bit of thickness just here we want to get rid of. So we're just going to come across. Don't at any time be tempted to go in that way. If you push down that side, you're going to get tear out that you're going to have a hell of a trouble getting rid of. Right, okay. Right, now, I can feel I've got a little bump there. Now, remember what I said, if I keep going, I'm just going to go over it and over it and over it. Take the bump out. Right, I've taken the bump, take the bump out. Just the bump. Don't try to go from there and come up thinking you'll take the bump out. You won't. What you will do is you will come up and you will go over the bump and that bump will stay there too. This will turn away completely before you'll even get rid of that bump. You take the bump out and then we come in. Right. Still got a little bit of that bump. It's not it's not a bump as in a line, it's a bump as in a slight swelling. Here. And I've got to get rid of that. Right, that's one little bit there. I don't want to go, what I don't want to do is take it out and put a dip in instead of a bump. I'd rather it was a bump and I can get rid of that. A dip makes it awkward. Right, there we've gone. Right, so we're going to come in and we're going to get finish cut now. Right, now I've got to clean this head up because I didn't clean it up on the first bit. But that's actually alright anyway. Right, still feel I might be a little bit thicker than I want. I'm quite thin there, a little bit thicker down there. I'm going to take another little cut. Yeah, that's better. Right, okay, finish cut again. There we go, let's have a look and see what we've got inside. Let's see what it looks like. There we go, guys, you can see that finish, look. Okay, can you see the finish on the end grain?
Yep. Nice.
That's there. Hang on, 1 second, just in case you can't. There we go.
Oh, too bright.
Sorry?
Too bright.
Too bright,
Yeah.
okay.
It's alright now.
Right, well there you go. So that's what we've got. Now we can do a tiny little bit of sanding.
Yeah.
Which really ain't going to be a lot. I've got some discs here, I'm just going to use these. Now be careful, don't let the heat build up, don't put too much pressure. I do tend to sand, well I always sand at the same speed, you know, I just don't put too much pressure on. With a little fuzz on this, because I didn't do anything with that. There we go. Right, we've got up to a 240 grit. Right, there we go, right. Down. Yeah, so the end grain is a bit different to hollowing, but that works on any end grain. Someone did ask about what food safe stuff I use when I do food safe stuff, and I did say chestnut food safe oil. That's all I tend to use. I don't do a lot of bowls for food, you know, a little peanut bowl, but chestnut. I like chestnut products, so I tend to use chestnut products. Okay. And my other oil I use is chestnut finishing oil. Okay. And I've got hard wax oil and all that sort of stuff. So right, let me just it's just someone asked me, guys, that's all. And this is just Canuva wax. And Canuva wax, you really want a bit of speed with it when you're putting it on. Because you've got to heat it up, and Canuva wax takes a lot more temperature to soften up than what beeswax does. If you want it to really shine, just put another coat on. Right. That's done. See what we ended up with. Right, well there you go. I think you can see the inside of that. Okay, so a bit of end grain hollowing. So many different truck keys. Right, okay, so that's a bit of, well that's the outside, okay, which we did with the 14mm square. Okay. And then that was our inside that we got on our end grain hollowing. Okay, no tear out or nothing there. And that's all done just with that flat cutter. No scrapers needed. We don't use scrapers. Right, and then right, I should imagine I can take that bottom off by using my handy thing about having a wooden chuck. Because I can take the bottom off without marking it. Now it won't go in that outer. So I've got two here. So I've got this outer ring here, and then because I used it the other day, let me just clean that dust out a bit. I'll put another little circle in the middle inside that, which is slightly dovetailed. And there you go. That holds everything. That holds all that for me. And now we can just take that foot off. Okay, we're going to be very gentle. We've got quite a foot to take off. Cuts go in. I'll come across here. Nice gentle cut. Don't want to knock anything off. And your detail chisel's perfect for this because it takes nice small cuts. It doesn't take too big a bite, see? Although be careful because it can go deeper than you sometimes want it to. I'm going to completely take this foot away. A few nice gentle cuts. Got a very slight cone going in, so slightly going in. So, and then what we do, just to do a decorative, I'm just going to do a little, roll my cutter the other way, and come in, like so, and then just take that cut from there, hand away from the tool rest, there we go, and we'll just finish it like that. Don't want to do anything over it, so it's just a little pop, that's all it is. A little bit of sanding on that. Just load enough sanding sealer on that, just give it a little bish bash bob. And then I'm just going to put a bit of that on there. Remember, work it, nice bit of pressure, get it to melt, and then come off till you're virtually not even touching it. There you go. Done. And that's our little foot. That's our little bottom. I mean, not foot. It's not a foot, it's just a bottom. And there we go, guys. That's us done for a little end grain hollowing. Okay. And there we go, so that's done there. Okay, that's our bottom, and that's the most important bit, is our inside there. Okay. Little pot. Right, that's it, guys. I will see you on the next one. That was part 11. And we do part... Oh, actually, have I got a couple of... yes,
of names
I have.
to mention.
Go on, you can do that, baby.
Okay, thank you for the Buy Me a Coffees. That's for Joe Grimwade and Anthony Fuller.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
He's getting all hyper now. All that coffee.
All that coffee, getting hyper. Right. I will see you on the next one, guys. That was part 11. So part 12, and that is it.
Yeah.
So, well, there'll be one more finale after the finale one, which is, that's, you're all trained up and you're all done then. That's it. By that last one. Right, okay, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Toodle pip.
Bye, guys.